Hello again. This is a GCSE Computer Science Theory video on Unit 4, Embedded Systems. So I'm going to get started by showing you some example of components that would contain embedded software. So in these pictures we've got the motherboard from a microwave here on the left. On the top right we've got the motherboard from an LG washing machine, and apparently it's from Australia, or is that New Zealand? I don't know, go ask a geography teacher. And on the bottom right there we've got the motherboard from a boiler. So these are embedded systems. So believe it or not, things like your microwave and washing machine, things like that, they are actually computers. They have processors on them. They take information in the form of buttons in most cases, and they output information. So for example, with a washing machine, you press buttons to have different cycles and temperatures, and the output is the machine actually doing what you asked it to. The same with the microwave. You have lots of buttons to key in some time, and the little processor in there outputs how long the microwave should buzz for and at what temperature, well, at what power at least. So yeah, embedded systems, it's an important topic because it is important to acknowledge that things like microwaves and dishwashers or things like that are indeed computers. So examples of non-embedded systems. I'm giving us examples of this because some students think, or might mistakenly think, that tablets and smartphones are embedded. They are not. They are, as far as PCs are concerned, they are full-blown standard PCs. So, you know, all-in-one computers, laptops, tablets, smartphones, they are all non-embedded systems. So very much like a standard laptop or PC are non-embedded systems. What characterizes a non-embedded system? So the user can create or add programs. So we can make something in Visual Basic or whatever programming language we like, and we can add it to our system. You can make a program and add it to Android. You can install apps onto an iPhone. They provide lots of tasks and functions. So even take something like a tablet, it does plenty of different tasks, lots of different applications. You can make phone calls, you can take photos, you can browse the web. It does lots of different things, and you can just always add new applications to add new features. It can have many inputs and outputs. I know some of you are thinking that tablets and smartphones don't have USB ports, except they do. Most of them have a little port on the bottom, and you can plug USB peripherals in there, such as mice and keyboards. And they can be upgraded. So I know some of you are probably saying, oh, well, you can't upgrade most laptops and smartphones and things like that. Well, actually, you can. You can upgrade the software on them. You can upgrade the operating system in most cases, and you certainly can upgrade the storage on most smartphones. And you can upgrade the peripherals. Like I know some of you are going to say, oh, you can't upgrade the storage on an iPhone, but you can at the very least upgrade the speakers by plugging new speakers into the microphone jack, with the exception to the latest iPhone that doesn't have a headphone jack. But okay, let's not talk about the latest iPhone. Anyway, moving on. So, characteristics of an embedded system. So, things like a motherboard on a washing machine and a microwave. They typically only have ROM chips on them. So, you don't have hard drives or CD drives or anything like that. You just have ROM chips because something like a washing machine, you're never going to upgrade the software on it. It's going to do the same thing all the time. It's very unlikely there's going to be software updates, so there's no need for things like a hard drive. We're just going to save it all to a ROM chip. It's not common to upgrade or attach peripherals. Well, think of a scenario where you ever need to plug a keyboard into your microwave. It is just not necessary. Usually, they are difficult to upgrade because firmware is permanently installed or hardwired. So, going back to this first point, usually the programming on these devices is stored on a ROM chip. Not only do they not need to be upgraded, if you did want to upgrade those devices, it is very difficult because it would involve unsoldering a chip and resoldering a new one. So trying to upgrade one of these devices, not only is it unnecessary, it is almost impossible. Because these devices use ROM chips, and because they are simple designs that only do a small number of tasks, they are normally quite durable and easy to use. For example, if you've bought yourself a decent washing machine, it could last you about 30 years. Whereas if you bought yourself a laptop, you know, even a decent one, I very much doubt it's going to last that long. And Because these devices are very simple and easy to use, they are easy to operate due to less complexity. For example, your grandma would have an easier time using their washing machine than they would trying to install Windows Vista. So yeah, just to clarify, embedded systems, you don't upgrade them, you don't replace the software. It would be absolutely foolish to try and install something like Windows 10 on a washing machine or a microwave. I mean, that would just be absolutely ridiculous. Like, who on earth would ever want to install an operating system on something like a fridge? Okay, apart from LG. Let's take that as an isolated example. Seriously, why would you want Windows 10 of all things on a fridge?